are normally seen for use in the kitchen by many people. However, there is a growing tide of people who are now seeing herbs and plants as alternative health remedies rather than using pharmaceutical drugs. This is Kia's story, and I'm about to meet her. After a devastating car accident where she damaged her vertebra, she went on a journey to discover alternative remedies that could help with her pain and discomfort. This led her to becoming a herb educator. If you are interested in herbs as a way of healing, if you're interested in alternative health remedies, then you don't want to miss the next in the series of Lean Mind Body stories. Hi Kia.
Hi Ken.
Thank you for taking the time out to come and share some of your wisdom with us today. You describe yourself as a herb educator, but before we get into your herbalist journey, it started from an accident, if I'm not correct. Could you just give us an idea of what
in
happened?
2000 I had a car accident that made me really ill physically. So I went on for a couple of years, and the doctors, they had nothing to do for me except giving me painkillers. So I was taking control over my life, and I went to Germany. I live in Sweden, so I went to Germany for an X-ray, and I took that X-ray plates back to Sweden to the doctors and showed them, and then they understand that I didn't have a whiplash injury that they were talking about for many years. So when they saw what kind of injury I had in my neck, because it was a very big instability between my first and second vertebra.
Can I ask, how was that accident affecting you?
I was part-time paralyzed, and I was almost dizzy all the time, and I had a lot of big cognitive functions.
Distortion.
Yes, because I couldn't be in a noisy place, because then I get a migraine, and if it was too crowded and too many expressions from the outside, my brainstem couldn't erase part of it like it's normal, so every information went up to my brain and get what do you say?
I was unbalancing you.
Yeah, but my brain had to handle all the information. It wasn't sorted out on the way to the brain, so I get burned out actually, but not from stress, but it was from the injury in the central nervous system, you can say.
Okay, so it was obviously troubling you so much that you took a journey to Germany to see if you could find some help.
Yeah, because I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. Part-time I couldn't even take care of my son, so I had to get a lot of help from my mother. So I went to Germany to take a X-ray, and when I came back, the doctors in Sweden saw that oh, this is really bad, you have a big instability. So I get an operation, so they put in screws, so I am stiff operated between the first and second vertebra. But that didn't help me so much. It stopped me from keep on getting worse.
Can I ask, you said there was, earlier on when we spoke, you said there was a gap. What was the gap?
7 millimeters.
Sounds quite large.
Yeah, it is large. So it wasn't when I was turning my head this direction, and most of the X-ray examinations they do when you stretch your head this way, but I had this way. So when I was turning my head this way and on the side, the whole my whole head was 7 millimeters in the wrong direction.
Oh wow.
So that's much. So literally I broke my neck, but not the vertebra, but all the soft tissue.
Okay, so you had the operation to kind of address your vertebra.
Yeah, exactly. So put everything together, because I wear a collar all the time. I couldn't go out without a collar. So for 7 years I wore a collar, and they said it was a whiplash injury.
So after the operation, what happened next?
I could stop using the collar, and the dizziness went away, but I still had the pain and all the cognitive function decreased. So I was just thinking that this could not be it. The doctor said they gave me morphine and said learn to live with it.
Oh, they just said learn to live with it?
Yeah, we can't do anything more. We have put screws in your neck and now we can't do anything more. So I wasn't satisfied with that. So I started to look for alternative treatments. So I get in contact with the Skio, that is a biofeedback device. So I started to do these frequency treatments and it helped me. And
for the audience that are listening, just explain just briefly what a biofeedback, what happens during that process.
I got a lot worse at the beginning.
Yes.
But something was happened, so I felt that something has happened, and that was more than it has been done for many years.
Is biofrequency, is it where electrical kind of impulses are put through your body, or is it a frequency?
No, just frequency. So everything in my world, everything is frequencies and energy. So, and everything is vibrating on a special frequency. So if you can balance the frequency that it's unbalanced in your body, the body can heal.
Okay, so the biofeedback was about balancing the frequencies in your body.
Yeah, exactly. So I can optimize my body to self-heal because we have all the ability inside and not from the outside. So just doing the best you can for your body so you can self-heal.
Did that help?
Yeah, it did. But it took time. I'm still in the process, but it's going in the right way. Every day it's getting better and better.
So other than the biofrequency, what other efforts did you go to heal yourself and make yourself feel better?
That was the first thing that made me interested in alternative treatments and in alternative ways. So I bought my own machine and I get the education to manage the machine, and I started to work with people and help others, and in that process that I was working as a therapist, I get more and more interested in other ways and more ways and everything. So I started to look in how our systems is working, the digestive system, the hormone system and everything. So and I also was looking at the soul and the spirit and mind and everything. So starting to learn about more positive thinking and affirmations and mantras and stuff like that. I started meditating, and I started to, first of all I was to take away all the chemical medicine. So for now it's 7 years that I haven't been taking one pill.
One pharmaceutical drug?
No.
You don't take any pharmaceutical drugs whatsoever?
Not whatsoever. Not for nothing.
So in all, you went for a holistic form of well-being.
Yeah.
You mentioned meditation. How did meditation help you on your journey?
It helps me to get in contact with myself and also to slow down my system, because when you have a physical injury, or if you have a psychological problem, or if you eat a lot of processed food or stuff like that, it gets a stress in your body, in your system. Your nervous system gets on stress. So your hormone system is just freaking out. So your cortisol levels are just increasing. So meditation helps my body to slow down. And also that is a big part of healing. You can't heal if you have a stressed body.
So meditation worked well.
Yeah, very well.
I'm a big fan of meditation.
Yeah.
What happened with regards to what you ate, your food? What changes did you make there?
Oh, I made pretty much every change you can do. First I took away gluten and wheat, all wheat. Because that is, if you eat gluten and wheat, you get an inflammation in your body. So I wanted to take away everything that was making inflammation in my body. So, and then I took away all the milk protein, And now, today, many years later, I eat in my home. I eat 95% only organic, non-processed food. I eat everything from. I make all my food from the start. Yes, from the start. I don't buy meatballs in the store. If I want to eat meatballs, I made them by myself, and I am very aware of what I'm buying. So I don't use product that is GMO or that is included soy, for example, because that's not good for your hormone system, because it's too much estrogen. So yeah, I'm very much aware of what I'm putting in my mouth.
Okay. And with regard to exercise, did that play a part in your recovery?
No, not so much, because I just small exercise. It's not hard things to. It was more like I needed to slow down my body. So slowly movements by stretching and walking in the woods, for example, because the woods also have a healing effect on your body because it slows it down. So my journey has more been about slowing my body down. But of course, light exercise, and I love to dance also, so dance has been a big part of my healing process also. But being in the gym, it hasn't been working for me, because that also causes stress in my body, so I need to calm it down.
So even though you haven't been in the gym, there's obviously walking and there has to be some form of exercise.
Yeah, of course.
To keep your body in an optimal state.
Yes.
With regards to your mindset and your thinking, how did that change on your journey?
First, from the beginning, I have been a very negative person. I can see that now. When I was there 10 years ago, I didn't see that I was a negative and very judging person. But I can see that now, that I was judging other people, and I had a lot of anger inside. My father died when I was just 7 years old, and that sorrow and everything, I haven't been able to express it. So it has been stuck in me like anger. I was so angry with my father for leaving me. So I was angry at everybody and everything, at the government or at the cashier or whoever, the driver in front of me and everything. So I started dealing with my anger, and I wondered, where is it coming from? So I was just curious, what is happening inside? And I started to increase my awareness about myself and my feelings and my thoughts and everything, and just started to looking for other ways of how can I do in different way.
So you realized you had to make a change in the way you emotionally and mentally felt.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite honest.
Yeah.
That's often people don't want to take that journey inward because it's so painful.
Yeah, it's really painful, but I promise it's worth it. It is. So many times I have just been thinking, oh, I wish I haven't been starting with that thing, personal development, because when you're going in that direction and you start to increase your awareness about yourself, there's no way back. So the journey is just going on and on and on, and it's still going on, and I hope it will still be able to go on for the rest of my life.
I really appreciate you being open and honest and sharing that part, especially about your father. And often people find that some of the emotions and states that manifest in their later years can stem back to some things from their younger childhood years. And it's a painful journey, but one I truly believe in, one that can help you in even healing the emotional process, even if you're not unwell. Yeah,
if you not heal your emotions, you can't heal your physical body. I think that everything is connected. So if you have a physical problem, it's something maybe emotional or spiritual that is showing in your physical body that you have to deal with.
So at that point of your journey, and thinking back to how you felt when the accident had just happened, you had had your operation, you have gone through the process of meditating, being more self-aware and changing your diet. How was you physically at that point in regard to how you felt earlier on to when that accident happened?
Oh, it's a bit different, because before I was always in pain, some kind of pain. But the first interesting thing that I noticed was when I stopped with the medicine, chemical medicine. It took about 1 week, and then after I had less pain. So the painkillers actually gave me pain.
Wow.
So that was the first interesting thing that I noticed. So we take painkillers and we think that it will decrease our pain, but actually it's increasing the pain.
I mean, there are often stories about people taking pharmaceutical drugs and it having an adverse effect, but we just grow up and we're just told to do what the doctor says.
Yeah, but all the medicine, it's just focused on the symptoms, and I'm interested also to find out, why do I have the symptoms? So what is causing the symptoms? I don't want to take away the symptoms, because then the main problem is still there.
So we know that pharmaceutical drugs are meant to heal, but in the natural world we also know there are other natural things that nature provides us with.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
heal, and you started on that journey to discover how powerful these natural things, which you would describe as herbs.
Yeah.
How did that journey start?
It has always been there. I have, since I was a child, been interested in the nature and to being out in the forest and everything like that. I've always found a healing spot in the forest or in the nature. And so during the years I have been more and more interested in the natural ways of living, and when I eat organic food and everything, I start to get interested, what do we have around us? So I went for a study to be a herb educator. So I went for 1 year to study about Swedish wild herbs and their medicinal use, how you can use them for your own health. So if you have a headache, you have a special herb for that. If you have digestion problems, you have a special herbs for that. Because of all the chemical substance you have in the medicine and everything, they are from the science and from the research from natural herbs. So everything goes back to natural herbs, and then we just made it in a chemical way.
So the pharmaceutical drugs, they've seen something in a natural way and then made a synthetic version of it that they can then patent and make money from it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it is. So I was thinking that we can go back, and if we just have the knowledge about it, then we have the power to heal ourselves also, natural.
So where did your journey and learning about herbs take you?
Oh, from the beginning it was just for my own interest that I went to this course, but after people were asking me, so now I have big lectures for hundreds of people at a time. They are so much interesting. People are just they are so hungry for this kind of information. So it started out that I had to step out of my comfort zone and get up on a stage and have lectures in front of 300-400 people about this. And I was thinking, oh, I can't do it because I cannot so much about it. But then I was thinking, I can more than you.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's where it started. And then people wanted me to add this information that I had in my lecture in a book. So now I have also written a book that will just combine everything you want in a small degree, just the necessary, not a lot of unnecessary stuff in the book that you don't want to read page up and page down, just what do you need? Step 1, step 2, step 3, do this. And also I have been mixing a lot and playing a lot with different kind of tinctures. You put herb in alcohol and you let it be there for a couple of weeks, and then you take away the herbs and you have the most potent active substance in the alcohol, and you can take that as medicine if you want. So you can take it in when you have need for it, if you have a headache, for example, or if you during a period of time you want to help your hormone system to balance, or your digestive system, or if you want to increase your immune system, or whatever you want. You can take it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or just like you take medicine, penicillin or something.
Okay. Have you got any kind of a story you could share with us about how your herbs have helped even somebody?
Yeah, I have a lot of short stories, but it's one of my best friends. She suffers a lot from migraine, so she is many days she has to be home from work because she has so lot of migraines. So she was trying my tincture that I had for just that, because we have an herb for that is just for migraine. So she was trying that one, and she really gave it good
thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up, because she said it's really working, and it's working more effectively than the medicine. And the best part, she said, that was the medicine the chemical medicine, it's make her tired. Herbs don't make her tired. So all the, I don't know the name when you got bad effects after if you take something.
Side effects.
Yeah, side effect, yeah. So the natural herb doesn't have the side effects in the same as pharmaceutical substance have.
And that must be just such a great feeling, knowing that your journey is helping people, especially your friends around you.
Yeah, exactly. And another friend's daughter had a problem with when she got her period, she had so much pain in her stomach, so she couldn't go to school. And she tried tincture for that, and it helped her, so she can go to school even though she has her period. So yes, a teenager.
What can you share with us? What herb was in that tincture, or is it a multiple number of herbs?
It's just one, but I don't know the name in English.
Oh, you don't know the name in English?
No.
Okay. I was reading the other day about some herbs that, because a lot of women suffer from menopause, so I'm sure you must have a tincture.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Because that's I was reading the other day that's an issue with a lot of women, and the writer was mentioning some herbs that can also help with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of herbs. It's not just one, it's a lot of herbs. And what we have grown in Sweden, they have the same all over the world, but not the same herb, but the same the same use you can find all over the world, but in different herbs.
Great.
So we have everything we need in the nature.
So if someone's watching this and hearing your story, especially about the herbs, and they wanted to start on their own journey here to learn a little bit more, or possibly start taking some basic herbs, what would you say to them? What are just a few basic herbs or they could possibly try to start on their journey to seeing if herbs can help them heal or make them feel better? If you can think of the names in English.
In the healing process, I think you should start with your digestive system, because 70% of the immune system you have in your stomach. So you can help to increase your digestion. And you can do that by taking dandelion.
Dandelion?
Yeah.
In what form? In
a tincture or like tea, for example. Or you can also have the leaves in salad to eat them.
Okay, so just cut the leaves up and just spread them over.
Yeah, it's like rucola.
Okay.
Yeah. So the bitterness in the dandelion will help to increase your digestion.
Okay.
And dandelion is also very good because it also supports the liver. And you have in the liver, the hormones is, I don't know the English word either, but...
the hormones are produced
somewhere in the liver.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's important also that you can support your liver. So dandelion it's one of the best herbs ever.
Okay.
And it's grown everywhere.
Great. Is there just one more you might be able to recommend? One more simple for someone who wants to start?
The tree, birch.
Birch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one will help your kidneys.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you take that?
Like a tea.
Just drink it in the tea?
Yeah, you put some leaf in water and you drink it.
You're very passionate about the healing effects of herbs.
Yeah, I love it.
Just as you're so passionate against pharmaceutical drugs, like I am.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it takes people to have a mindset shift to be able to move away from the pharmaceutical drugs, because that's how they've grown up. They've grown up saying go to the doctor, take a pill, to knowing that there are many things in nature that can heal and make them feel better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I think the story of recovery, by the way, how are you feeling as we speak now? We spoke earlier on about your accident. How many years ago was that now?
It was 2000, so I don't know, 17 years ago.
17.
Yeah.
And how are you? How is Kia feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling wonderful. I have a whole new life. I can say that I have never felt this good that I do today. But it doesn't mean that I don't have to deal with some problems.
Mm-hmm.
But I have learned to manage to. I have found my boundaries, and I know how to live.
Well, what seems clear is that if you didn't actually go on this journey to take control of your own health, to learn, to educate yourself, but you wouldn't have been feeling the way you're feeling today. You would have been feeling a lot worse.
Yeah, of course.
And you would have been piling yourself with these pharmaceutical drugs that...
Yeah, and I have been a very negative person that radiates negativity.
So you went for an holistic growth, mind, body and soul.
Yeah, exactly.
As they describe it.
Mind, body and soul, yeah.
I think your story and what you're sharing with us is wonderful. In conclusion, someone listening to this and hearing about your journey from recovery and trying alternative treatments to where you are now, being a herb educator, what thoughts would you like to leave with anyone watching this video about your journey, or possibly their journey they're starting on?
I just want to say that if you want to do it, you can do it. Nothing is stopping you except yourself. So you just have to be enough tired of your problems to go outside the comfort zone and take own responsibility. Because I think that most people, they leave the responsibility for their health and for everything, for their problem, to other people. But you have to take back your control and your responsibility, because only you have responsibility for you. So you take your own responsibility, and no one else is going to do it for you. So just start somewhere with a small step.
I think that's a wonderful message, and I think if you're right, the book you have written, is that in Swedish or is that in English at the moment?
It's in Swedish because it's focused on Swedish herbs that you can find outside the door, so you don't have to grow anything in your garden. It's wild herbs.
Whenever you get to that point where it's translated to English, please share it with me, and also share it with the audience that are listening. Kia, thank you very, very much for taking the time to share a wonderful story with us, and I wish you continued good health, and as your practitioner, as a herb educator, I hope that grows and grows and you help many, many thousands of people around the world.
Thank you.
The views being expressed in this video are not meant to offer medical advice. They are the views of the person being interviewed. Always seek medical advice from your doctor and base your treatment choices on informed decisions.